Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about oxy acids of non-metallic oxides. As you know, in last class you are coming across non-metallic oxides: carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen pentoxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, etc. And you are coming across these all are the acidic in nature, and when you dissolve them in water you will get respect to oxy acid. And you have come across about that these non-metallic oxides are known as anhydrides of oxy acids. What do you mean? When non-metallic oxides are dissolving in water, you are getting the oxy acid. When you remove water molecule from oxy acid, you will get the non-metallic oxides which are acidic in nature. Today we are going to discuss about oxy acids of boron, carbon, nitrogen. Oxy acids of boron, carbon, nitrogen. Now come to boron. As you know, boron, which belongs to third group in the long form periodic table, it has the electronic configuration 2s2, 2p1, and the outermost orbit it has the s2 electrons and p1 electrons. So here you can look at that one of the electron is jumping from s orbital to p orbital. So boric acid S3PO3 is known as boric acid. So how it will combine? It is combining with oxygen. Oxygen electronic configuration, 2s2 2p4 in the outer shell electronic configuration. So here two s orbitals, one s orbital, two p orbitals of boron are undergoing hybridization and resulting to sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. So bond angle is that 120 degrees. It forms trivalent borate ion. If you look at the structure, boron which is lie on the plane, and here around each boron three oxygen atoms are attached. Now if you look at that boron, oxygen and hydrogen, they have arranged alternately in hexagon form. Hexagon form. So which forms the borate ion. Here if you look at the boron oxygen bond, which is sp2 p sigma bonds overlap, sp2 p sigma bond overlap, and it is a monobasic acid. Generally, basicity is nothing but the number of replaceable hydrogen ions. Here, boric acid, which will when react with water, which ionizes the water molecule and gives the proton. So it is known as Lewis acid. It accepts hydroxide ion formed from water and releases the hydrogen ion. This is the acidic nature of boric acid. You can see the structure of boric acid in the diagram, where you can see that boron is located at the center. Boron is located at the center, and here each oxygen is surrounded boron in the trigonal planar. Bond angle is 120, and between the boric acid, the hydrogen of one of the boric acid, oxygen of another one. There is a hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds. And if you look at that, it all the cycles will appear like hexagon. Next, oxy acid of carbon, that is oxy acids of carbon. Carbon forms one oxy acid that is known as carbonic acid. When you are passing carbon dioxide gas into water at high pressure, which will gives carbonic acid H2CO3. In carbonic acid, carbon hybridization is that sp2 hybridization, and here overlap between the carbon and oxygen, if you look at sp2p orbitals overlap, and here you can see between the carbon and hydrogen, oxygen, the three sigma bonds and one pi bond is present, and the acidic nature of carbonic acid. When carbonic acid is treated with the sodium hydroxide, which gives sodium bicarbonate plus water, when sodium bicarbonate further treated with sodium hydroxide is giving sodium carbonate and water molecules. You can see the structure of carbonic acid in the diagram, where if you look at, you see at the center there is a carbon atom located to this carbon atom. One oxygen atom is attached with double bond. In that one is the sigma, one is pi bond, and here you can see the two OH groups which are attached to the carbon. So here these are the hydrogens which are ionizable. So basicity of carbonic acid is 2. Basicity of carbonic acid is 2, and it is a weak inorganic acid. Now oxy acids of nitrogen. Nitrogen forms several types of oxy acids, where we are going to discuss some important oxy acids of nitrogen which got industrial importance. Okay. The first one you can look at that H2N2O2. This is known as hyponitrous acid. H4N2O4. It is known as nitroxylic acid. HNO2 nitrous acid. HNO3 nitric acid. HNO4 pernitric acid. If you look at the oxidation states or numbers in hyponitrous acid, where nitrogen is present in +1 oxidation state, in nitroxylic acid +2 oxidation state, in nitrous acid +3 oxidation state, in nitric acid +5 oxidation state, pernitric acid +5 oxidation state. And basicity of these acids, if you observe, in all the acids you are going to find monobasicity. Monobasicity means only one replaceable hydrogen atom is present. So basicity of all these acids is 1. Structure of nitrous acid. It is a monobasic acid. If you look at the bond angle between the oxygen and nitrogen is located at the center. It is 110 degrees, and there is a nitrogen and oxygen double bond which is 117.7 picometers, and an oxygen nitrogen single bond 143.3 picometers, oxygen nitrogen bond 101 picometers. So here bond length you can see between the oxygen and nitrogen 86 picometers, and here in oxygen nitrogen 120.6 picometers, central oxygen nitrogen 140.5 picometers. Here basicity is 1. Now redox properties of nitrous acid. As you know, this can act as an oxidizing agent as well as the reducing agent. Oxidizing agent and reducing agent. In nitrous acid, oxidation number of nitrogen is +3. It can serve as both oxidizing and reducing agent when it's treated with the ferrous sulfate in acidic medium. When ferrous sulfate is treated with the nitrous acid in the presence of sulfuric acid, the ferrous sulfate is converted to ferric sulfate plus nitric oxide plus H2O. Here nitrite ion NO2 minus is changing to NO, nitric oxide. In HNO2, nitrogen is present in +3 state, which is changed to +3 to +2 state, which means nitrogen is undergone reduction where ferrous sulfate is oxidized to ferric sulfate. ferric sulfate. Here nitrous acid acting like a oxidizing agent itself undergone reduction, ferrous sulfate undergone oxidation serving as a reducing agent. Now nitrous acid reaction with potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. When nitrous acid treated with the KMnO4, 2 moles of potassium permanganate is treated with 5 moles of nitrous acid in the presence of sulfuric acid. You are going to get potassium sulfate plus 2 moles of manganese sulfate plus 3 moles of water plus 5 moles of HNO3. Here in potassium permanganate, manganese is in plus 7 state. In manganese sulfate, manganese is plus 2, which means manganese is reduced from plus 7 state to plus 2 state. Plus 2 state. So just now you come across in HNO2, nitrogen is in plus 3 state. Here product of nitrogen is that nitric acid. Nitrous acid is changed to nitric acid. In nitrous acid, nitrogen oxidation number is plus 3. In nitric acid, it is plus 5. So here oxidation number is changing from plus 3 to plus 5, which means it has lost electrons where nitrous acid is undergone oxidation. Okay, it serves as a reducing agent. Here potassium permanganate undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. When nitrous acid treated with the ferrous sulfate, it was undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. Same nitrous acid when treated with the potassium permanganate, it's undergone oxidation serving as a reducing agent. Now nitrous acid reaction with potassium dichromate. When potassium dichromate is treated with the nitrous acid in the presence of sulfuric acid, you will get potassium sulfate, chromium sulfate plus water HNO3. In potassium dichromate, chromium is in plus 3 plus 6 state and which is changing to plus 3 state in chromium sulfate. Again nitrous acid is changing to nitric acid. Just now I told that in nitrous acid nitrogen is plus 3 state which is changing to plus 5 state. So nitrous acid is undergone oxidation acting or serving as a reducing agent. Potassium dichromate undergone reduction serving as a oxidizing agent. Now another acid of nitrogen, that is nitric acid, which got importance, nitric acid. So preparation of nitric acid, generally nitric acid is prepared in laboratory method from nitrites. Sodium nitrite when treated with the sulfuric acid, you are going to get sodium bisulfate plus HNO3. Sodium bisulfate plus HNO3. So industrial method or Ostwald process. So in here nitric acid is prepared from ammonia. Ammonia is subjected to oxidation in the presence of platinum catalyst where ammonia is converting into nitric oxide and water molecules. This nitric oxide further subjected to oxidation by treating with oxygen and which is converting into nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide is dissolving in water to give nitric acid plus nitric oxide. The nitric oxide generated is recycling and reusing for generation of nitric acid in second stage. So in industrial method, nitric acid is prepared in 3 stages. Concentrated nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and it attacks most metals except noble metals such as gold and platinum. The products of oxidation depend on the concentration of the acid, temperature and the nature of the material undergoing oxidation. Here you can treat copper with two different concentrations. When you are treating the copper with diluted HNO3, you are going to get product cupric nitrite plus nitric oxide plus water molecules. When copper is treated with concentrated HNO3, products are cupric nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide plus H2O. So here the nature of the acid decides the different products. Byproducts are in first case nitric oxide, in second case nitrogen dioxide. When nitric acid is treated with the zinc, diluted nitric acid treated with the zinc, the products are zinc nitrate plus water nitrous oxide. N2O is known as nitrous oxide. When zinc is treated with concentrated nitric acid, products will be zinc nitrate, water molecules, and nitrogen dioxide. Some metals, iron, nickel, chromium, aluminium, do not dissolve in nitric acid because the formation of fossil film of oxide on the surface. Concentrated nitric acid also oxidizes nonmetals and their compounds. Iodine is oxidized to iodic acid. Iodine is oxidized to iodic acid. Carbon to the carbon dioxide. Sulfur to sulfuric acid. Phosphorus to phosphoric acid. Uses of nitric acid is used in the manufacturing of ammonium nitrate for fertilizers, other nitrates for use in explosive and polytechnics. It is used in the preparation of nitroglycerin, trinitroglycerin, and other organic nitro compound. The major uses are in pickling of stainless steel, etching of metals, and an oxidizer in rocket fuel. Next, hyponitrous acid. It is unstable in nature and explosive. It smells like bleaching powder. It is a strong oxidizing agent. When it treated with potassium bromide liberates bromine. It oxidizes aniline to nitrobenzene. Aniline to nitrobenzene. So here you can see the strong reducing agent potassium permanganate when treated with the sulfuric acid, that is converting into potassium sulfate, manganese sulfate plus water molecules, nascent oxygen is releasing. This nascent oxygen is changing hyponitrous acid to the nitric oxide. Acidic nature of hyponitrous acid. When hyponitrous acid treated with sodium hydroxide, which gives sodium nitrite plus water. So when nitric acid treated with sodium hydroxide, you are going to get sodium nitrate plus water. If you look at the structure of nitrous acid, hyponitrous acid, two nitrogen atoms are located at the center with double bond and two OH groups are attached to the nitrogen single bond. Here these two hydrogens are ionizable. The basicity of this acid is 2. Now oxy acids of phosphorus. Phosphorus combine with oxygen and gives two kinds of oxides, that is phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide. When you dissolve these two oxides in water, you are going to get respective oxy acids. Examples of phosphorus oxy acids: H3PO2, hypophosphorus acid, H3PO3 phosphorus acid, H3PO4 phosphoric acid, H4P2O7 pyrophosphoric acid, H4P2O6 hypophosphoric acid. Oxidation numbers in hypophosphorus acid +1, phosphorus acid +3, in phosphoric acid +5, pyrophosphoric acid +5, hypophosphoric acid +4. Basicity: hypophosphorus acid +1, phosphorus acid +2, phosphoric acid 3, pyrophosphorus acid 4, hypophosphoric acid 4. About phosphoric acid. When phosphorus pentoxide is dissolved in water, the resultant product is phosphoric acid. It is also known as orthophosphoric acid. If we look at the structure, its molecular formula H3PO4. Phosphorus atom is located at the center. To this atom, one of the oxygen is attached to with two bonds, one sigma and one pi bond, and remaining three OH groups or hydroxyl groups attached to the phosphorus. Here, if you look at the hybridization, sp3 hybridization shape is tetrahedral. The bond length between the phosphorus and oxygen 1.152 picometers. Here basicity is 3. There are 3 OH groups from which hydrogen can be ionizable. So basicity of phosphoric acid is 3. Here oxidation state is +5. The next one is that phosphorus acid, H3PO3 phosphorus acid molecular formula. And if you look at the structure, phosphorus is the central atom. To the central atom, one oxygen is attached to phosphorus with double bond. One hydrogen is directly attached to the phosphorus. Two OH groups are attached to the phosphorus. Here also oxidation number is +5. And if you look at that OH group, there are two OH groups. Though there is a 3 hydrogen atoms, but only 2 hydrogen atoms can be ionizable. The basicity of phosphorus acid is 2. Structure of pyrophosphoric acid. Molecular formula H4P2O7. Pyro means between the phosphorus atom there is a oxygen atom is linked. That kind of structure is known as pyro. It is nothing but resembling with phosphoric acid structure. Two phosphoric acid molecules are attached with oxygen bond. In pyrophosphoric acid, 4 OH groups are there. So ionizable hydrogens are 4. The basicity of this acid is 4. Basicity of this acid is 4. Hybridization is similar to like phosphorus in phosphoric acid. Hypophosphorus acid formula H4P2O6. The difference in pyrophosphoric acid, hypophosphorus acid and oxygen is different. There, two phosphorus atoms are bound with alpha of oxygen. In hypophosphorus acid, there is a phosphorus-phosphorus bond and there 4 OH groups are attached. The basicity of phosphorus acid is 4. Redox properties of hypophosphorus acid. When hypophosphorus acid is treated with mercury chloride is reduced to mercury hypophosphorus acid, converting to phosphoric acid, where phosphorus is undergone oxidation and mercury undergone reduction. It's serving as a reducing agent, itself undergoing oxidation. Phosphorus acid reaction with silver nitrate. In silver nitrate is treated with the phosphorus acid, that is S3PO3. You are going to get silver plus phosphoric acid plus HNO3. Here silver is reduced to silver atom, silver ion is reduced to silver atom. Phosphorus acid is undergone oxidation. Phosphorus acid reaction with copper sulfate. When you treat with copper sulfate, copper plus 2 is reduced to copper atom. Phosphorus acid is changed into phosphoric acid. In the two cases, when treated with the silver nitrate, copper sulfate, phosphorus acid is undergone oxidation and serving as a reducing agent. Silver nitrate, copper sulfate, silver ion, copper ion are reduced, so they are serving as a oxidizing agent. How to know or identify basicity of an acid? Here you come across hypophosphorus acid, phosphorus acid, phosphoric acid. If you look at their formulas, H3PO2, H3PO3, H3PO4. In most of the oxy acids, the basicity of acid is equal to the number of hydrogens present in the oxy acid. But in case of hypophosphorus acid, phosphorus acid is not same. In hypophosphorus acid, three hydrogen atoms are attached to present, but only among the three, one is only ionizable. If you look at the structure in hypophosphorus acid, two hydrogen atoms are directly attached to the phosphorus with covalent bond. Only one hydrogen atom is attached to the OH, so that hydrogen can be ionizable. That is the reason hypophosphorus acid basicity is 1. And how do you know is that 1 or not? When you treat with the sodium hydroxide, it consumes only one molecule of sodium hydroxide, giving the product sodium dihydrogen hypophosphite. Sodium dihydrogen hypophosphite. Now come to phosphorus acid. H3PO3 is the molecular formula. If you look at the hydrogens, the basicity should be 3, but in practically the basicity is found as 2. If you look at the structure also, in phosphorus acid, there are two OH groups. One hydrogen is directly attached to the phosphorus with covalent bond. It cannot be ionized. It cannot be ionized. So here basicity of phosphorus acid is 2. When you treat with sodium hydroxide, you are going to get disodium hydrogen phosphide. Disodium hydrogen phosphide Na2HPO3. Disodium hydrogen phosphide. Now come to phosphoric acid. When phosphoric acid treated with the sodium hydroxide, you are going to get sodium phosphate Na3PO4, PO4, Na3PO4. So here three hydrogens are ionizable and three hydrogen atoms are replaced by sodium ions or atoms. So resultant salt is Na3PO4. So with this we can conclude that In hypophosphorus acid, phosphoric acid, ionizable hydrogens are 1, 2 and 3. So it is not equal as like in other oxy acids. Basicity is equal to number of hydrogen atoms.